Hello, everybody. My name is Corey Rosen, and you're listening to The Story with Corey. Today, I have on a super awesome returning guest, Mr. Clifton Bryan.
Hello, everybody. What's going on?
It's going pretty good. For it's been 2 years since I've had you on the show. About.
About 2 years. Yeah, I think this is my third time. I think on the show.
I think so. I think you might be right.
Yeah,
I'm unsure.
yeah. We did it once at the
At the Lancaster
college,
Bible.
and we
Yep.
did one here with the
Oh,
full
the TV
band.
show. Yes,
Yeah, the
that's
TV
right.
show, and then
And then this will be
and
the
here we
third.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Uh, if you want to check out, if you want to hear more of his story, go check out those last two episodes. We're gonna get into some current events. You are a award-winning country artist that has that makes you want to smile, put on your boots, put on a hat, and dance all night long. That's still the case.
That's still the case. We still rock that '90s nostalgic feel that just doesn't let you stop moving, man. We're a good time band. We have a great time up there, and we play some good covers that keep you moving, and we got some great originals that keep you in love with us. We don't know what else to do.
So one of your missions, I like how you have a mission statement on your website. I saw
Mhm.
that. I really like that.
Yeah.
One of the things that you always say is that you're bringing country back.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't think we've ever caught up on what that means or how you've done that in the past few years. So why don't you tell us about it?
Well, "Bringing Country Back" was a song that I wrote quite a while ago. Basically, I kind of felt like there was nothing since like 2006 that I kind of took a play off of the "Bringing Sexy Back." The Timberlake song. It was a really popular hit, and nobody had really ran with that ever since. And I felt like in the last 10 years, country music kind of taken a turn to be a little bit more poppy, a little bit more digital,
A
and
little
not
less country.
and a little less country, not so much live anymore, like
Hmm.
like it really used to be. And me growing up with you know Lone Star and Diamond Rio and Sammy Kershaw and Trace Bird and all those people back there that really just jammed it out live, and you got the fiddle player over here breaking horse hairs and sweating it out to it's I felt it was time to do something a little bit and maybe bring country back. So I took a play on those words, and wrote the song "Bringing Country Back," and it's been great. I think a lot of people like the song. We getting ready to record it, hopefully here at maybe the end of this year, if not next year. We played it on the big stage last year for WIOV when we opened Fall Fest, and the crowd loved it. And it's just a great song. It's a great concept, like to country music is country music, and for me, it'll always be that '90s country music.
Oh, I totally agree.
It'll always be that. I grew up in the '80s and the '90s and late '80s, early '90s, mid '90s country to like '97, '97, '98. That's where the real feel comes from. I kind of felt like songs nowadays are very repetitive. There's a very
There's not a
short
lot of
verse,
substance.
not a lot of substance. It's a short verse. I've heard Silverado in about 17 different songs between 14 or 15 different artists. So I've heard them all over you can't use the same words, and that doesn't make it country.
No.
For me, a good country song is a song that has a good story. Maybe has a little bit of a meaning in it, underlining meaning in it. Maybe it's something that hits the heart that lets you feel like, oh, I can relate to this song, and those '90s songs that I've learned from and I kind of emulate a little bit. They tell good stories, and they have a great feel to them. They make you really want to go out and do something. They make you want to get up and move. They make you want to look back at your life and go, oh, I can relate to that. And songs aren't just about your dog and your cat and your horse dying anymore, your wife leaving. There's songs about bar fights. There's songs about your hat. There's songs about your boots. There's just good time feel songs in country music, and I felt it was just time to try and bring back as much of that from my childhood, I guess you would say, from my early days of country music. It was just time to bring that back. So I'm bringing country back. And everywhere we go, we bring country back. When you come to see CBC, you're going to get country music.
Absolutely, I can't agree more. I love the. I really do think that country has, or music as a whole, has lost the through line, the storylines,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more. And this is probably a criticism of the industry at large. Making stuff marketable and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I like to listen to old stuff. That's just how I
Mm-hmm.
am. I was listening to "Faithfully" by journey.
Journey.
Right? And it's just a story about how he's being faithful to his wife while he's out on the road. And normally that doesn't happen.
Right.
And it's just a good, feel-good story. And it just happened to be a really popular song back in the day. And you don't really have that in any song normally.
Yeah.
Or, currently, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it's usually a very short verse, a stadium, what I call a stadium chorus.
Something that can be cheered out.
Right.
Yep.
That's typically the way that things are going now. And it's hard for me to write stadium songs because the artists that I listened to and grew up listening to didn't really they weren't stadium songs. They were just really great songs and you could sing them out anywhere. It didn't have to be in a stadium. But now it seems like writing, focused writing, when you get in a group and you're in a publisher setting and you're writing with other people, that seems to be the way that it is. I spit out a word, you spit out a line, they spit out a line, and then now we're at the chorus already. They've lost the pre-chorus, they've lost the leads in between the verses. You know what I mean? Like it's just going. It's the same repetitive 4 beats. It's the same 4 or 5 beats. It's the same vocal pattern. A lot of artists nowadays, all of their songs sound the same because that vocal pattern is what gets people to bite, right? So why lose the vocal pattern? Why lose the melody in the cadence that you're singing when that's what's making the money, But it doesn't make the song great.
No.
So I don't, it's amazing to me how much digitized things are in songs now. When I listen to them on the radio, I'm thinking, when I listen to a song, I listen to how can I play it, right? How can I cover this song? I like this song. How can I cover it? And then what is real in the song? Like is that a real guitar? Or is that synthesized? Is that drums or is that synthesized? Nobody can hit a hi-hat that fast. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be.
This drummer has more hands than
he's got more hands than he does drums, right? So it's nice to be able to sit back and stay in my comfort zone, or I mean it's really not really a comfort zone, but to kick back and stay in what I like to hear. When I'm at home and I'm playing songs, I don't typically play cover songs. I'm playing original songs. I'm writing. I'm learning. I might learn a couple of cover songs to figure out something new and something that I'm writing. So I really enjoy a classic feel and a story in a song.
Well, speaking of that, writing with other people and all the things you've done that before.
I have done that before.
In fact, we have a song where we have done that before.
We have done that before, yes. We did that in an hour, man.
An hour.
That was so. This would be my 4th then, maybe. This would be my 4th time then.
Your 4th time here.
Yeah, it's my 4th time here. Yeah.
So I have this little show called the Songwriter Studio where I grab 3 or 4 other artists and I force them very harshly to write a song within an hour. And I don't remember what episodes ours was, but I had you, Grant Bryan, and
Ryan Allen.
I was like, they're all Ryans.
Yep, Ryans. Yep, it was the 3 of us and you, and I think we were somewhere in the middle, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6, because you were doing 12, right?
Yeah,
12
yeah,
rounds.
So somewhere in the middle, yeah.
So we were somewhere in the middle in there, and we all brought in songs to try out. I forget what mine was that I brought in, but
it was the Angel one.
It was the Angel one. It was like halfway written, and it didn't really have a whole lot of substance at the moment. And Grant came in, and he had a song that had a little bit more substance, had some lyrics on some Post-its and kind of thing, on the backside of his phone, where we kind of took those and ran with it, and he gave us the melody and kind of the beat, and then I kind of came up with a little bit more of a melody as far as the acoustic guitar goes, and Ryan tried to put in some leads, and we all put in words, and that was a lot of fun and a great experience. And the song ended up being great, and I played it for 2 years trying to get y'all to come and produce it. Let's get it done. And everybody was so busy, so busy that I was finally just like, hey man, I want to cut this. You know? Can I cut this? And yep. Grant and you guys were like, yeah, cut it. And let's just move on. So I cut it last year, and it's been a great song. It's rising. It's one of my rising songs, and it's fantastic. I do want to re-record it in the future at some point. And
why?
Only because the place that I recorded it in, the studio that I recorded it in, didn't really take their time to master it down. it was kind of rushed in the process. So I feel like that's kind of rushed, and I feel like it could be a little bit better if we would have taken a little bit more time to mix out the vocals a little bit better and add in
probably agree with that,
add in Natalie's background vocals and things and harmonizes a little bit better and just took a little bit more time. But it was a bit of a rush project. I went to that studio with 5 songs and a pocket full of cash and was like, let's get these done.
You need something else.
Yeah, we need to get some of this stuff done this year, and we did. We worked on 4 out of the 5, and out of those 4 out of the 5, the 3 that came out was Me Time and All You Need and Mississippi Line. So
whenever you re-record it, let me know and I will put down a piano track.
Yeah,
I will do that.
Yeah,
put my foot down on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's take a listen to Me Time.
Sitting on the riverbank, listening to a little Hank. I'm puffing on something dank, yeah, with some Tennessee in my drink. I don't care what time it is, no, I just wanna sit and fish. Ain't gonna think about her today, I'll let her memory just fade away. I need a little me time, something strong just to clear my mind. I'll take her right across the Alabama line. I get to bobbing in some moonshine. I know they say that time's money. I'm slowly fading out Tennessee, honey. She won't get a second or a dime. I'ma spend it on me time. She is too much sipping and I gotta piss. I think she ran off the good old miss. It's a damn shame, but it is what it is. She took my heart and broke everything in it. The bank accounts ain't got a damn thing in them. Was on their way, gonna be here in a minute. I cool this fool, gonna drink everything in it. 'Cause I need a little me time, something strong just to clear my mind. I'll take her right across the Alabama line. I get to bobbing in some moonshine. I know they say that time is money. I'm slowly fading out Tennessee, honey. She won't get a second or a dime. I'ma spend it on me time. Take it, boys. Something strong just to clear my mind. I'll take her right across the Alabama line. We'll get to bobbing in some moonshine. I know they say that time is money. I'm slowly fading out Tennessee, honey. She won't get a second or a dime. I'ma spend it on me time. I'm towing on the casting line. Get to reeling in some me time. Yeah, I'm floating on cloud 9. Just soaking up the me time. Oh, here I go. Watch my speed. I'm out of here, man.
And that was Me Time.
Yeah. Good song. That was
It's
a great
song. A nice little ditty. One of the only ones that were cut from that series so far. We've got some that are upcoming. The first one that I did with Liam Galliano, Anthony Perricini, Ronnie on Saturn is coming out very soon, so we're excited about that. But all the others, like you said, it's just a time thing.
Yeah, it's time crunch for everybody.
For everybody, yeah.
Everybody's got to get into it, and then you got studio time is
Expensive.
It's expensive, and you think you can get it done in one day in an 8-hour session, but
And things happen.
things happen, and then but then you don't, and you hear
You wake up
back
with the
and you're
cold.
like, oh, I got to do something different, and you go home singing it, and you sing it different. And you're like, oh, I should change that, and then you want to change it, and it's hard to cut a song. It's hard to cut a song, and it's hard to cut a song with people that you don't really play with or write with all the time either.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, time is of the essence when it's a matter of getting in the studio. It's just getting in there and doing it. Like when we went to cut Wild Like Me here last year, I wanted to release it by Christmas Eve so that it was out for the end of the year of 2025, and it ended up being a communication breakdown between us and the producer, the engineer, of what we exactly wanted in the song and where we wanted it and how we wanted it. And it took a whole lot. It took 2 months to figure that out after we recorded it. It took us 2 months to figure out exactly what we wanted and where it was and which lead, and we had to pull from different things, and some stuff got erased, so we had to recreate it. But finally we got it done, and we put it out in January of this year, which is fine. I just I would have loved to have it out sooner. I would have loved to have had it out sooner. And there's a lot of songs that I have that I'd love to have out right now. It's just it's that studio money. I got to get that. I got to go play and make that studio money. So y'all come to my shows and throw some tips in the jar so I can get back in the studio and give y'all some more great music.
Give out a few shows that you have coming up that people might be able to get out to.
Oh man, we've got a bunch of stuff. This Friday we'll be at the Copper Pub in Harrisburg.
Harrisburg.
Yeah.
I love that place.
We'll be at the Copper Pub. They're great. I love Robin and all the girls there.
Yeah, they're open mics tonight.
Oh yeah. They're great. And
you shouldn't go there. You should go to here to this open mic.
That's right. Next week, Thursday, we'll be in North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yep, we'll be in North Carolina down in Greenville at a place called Nash Hot Chicken. And we'll be, after that Saturday, we'll be in West Virginia at a place called the Sportsman's Club or something like that in
tour.
West Virginia. Yep. And then we'll be back in Pennsylvania for a couple of weeks, getting the band ready for May. May we have a whole bunch of shows. If you go to our website, cliftonbryancountry.com, May we have a whole bunch of shows booked here locally in Pennsylvania because we're training the band. We have our wide open tour this year, which has already started, but the main part of it is coming up for June. So June 4th, 5th, and 6th we'll be in Mandan, North Dakota at the Lonesome Dove for a 3-night residency show, 3-night shows. We'll be there. Then we have a day to get over to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We're going to play the $1 Million Cowboy Bar in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We've got 3 days there, that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 8th, 9th, and 10th of June. And then we've got 2 days to get to Texas, down to Houston, just above Houston, down to Dayton, Texas on the Gulf, to play the huge Buckles and Spurs Festival, country music fest that's in Dayton, Texas on a 196-acre horse ranch. It's called the J-Bar Ranch. It's 15 bands a day, 4 days, with big head leaders like Low Cash and Sawyer Brown and Trace Atkins and Wade Jennings, Confederate Railroad. A whole bunch of people are playing there that weekend, and it's going to be a heck of a shindig.
You driving or flying?
We are driving. We bought an RV last year.
Oh, my God.
And we bought an RV last year specifically because we wanted to go and tour. And the only way to do a national tour when you're an independent artist is to just go out and do it, y'all.
Yep.
Ain't nobody putting money in my back pocket or buying gas for us. We are out there hustling and running and selling merch and making products and doing other odds and ends that we can, because music don't make the money for nothing but to play music. So we're out there. But we bought a motor coach last year, a 32-footer. It sleeps 12. We can put the whole band in it. It's got the Ford 450, so we can tow the toy hauler and take the motorcycles and all the gear. And it's gonna be a blast doing out that. But May, there's a whole bunch of shows. I couldn't even tell you where, because every weekend we're booked in May, and some Sundays too. So you'll just have to check the website for that. But this month was a little short. Luckily last week we filled in for Carrie Edwards. She had laryngitis from her tour, and we filled in for her. But next week we're in North Carolina and West Virginia. Then we're back in Pennsylvania on the 25th. We're playing the Taste of New Holland Festival in New Holland. It's a big festival. Y'all come out for that. WIOV radio will be there broadcasting in the afternoon. They're going to give a bunch of shout outs for us and everything. So y'all come on out to that. Maybe they'll play Wild Like Me on the radio again like they did in March for us. But y'all come on out for that too. That's going to be a great fun. The Taste of New Holland Festival, April 25th. It's an all-day event, all bunch of stuff, great food, great country music at the end of the day. We play from 5 to 8. And then, July we're bouncing back between Ohio and Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and then August we're in Pennsylvania pretty much all of August, as much as we could be. This is our hometown, right? So we try to be here as much as we can. And then come October, we're back south, man. We'll be back south for the winter and the fall, playing back in Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida. So we're all over the place.
Sounds like an awesome time.
We put miles on the road, baby. It's just the way we're gonna do it.
RV to good use.
That's right.
I pray and hope that the gas goes cheaper for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I pray it does too.
Well, speaking about local and that this is the town that we all are from, come out to the SRCC, the Susquehanna River Creative Conspiracy. This is the place to be. This is the place that lets me have this podcast for about a year or so. About 2 years, I think I've been here. And they have their open mics on Wednesdays. They have open studios. I do photography here. I'm actually going to do some photos of Clifton after the show, if he's got time.
Sure.
And all sorts of cool stuff here. Make sure you check it out, srccpaart.org. That's 2 A's. There's a paart.org. That's their website. They have cool stuff going on all the time. And it's a small local venue, and you got to protect your small local venues.
Yeah, that's right. You got to support your local musicians, your local venues, because we're out here, they're out there hustling just as much as we are. They're as a small business, you're doing as much as you can for your customers and trying to give as much quality to your services that you can get.
And it's all thin margins. So
Yeah.
come out and support us.
Yeah. There's margins.
Thin margins. Yeah, right. There's margins.
There's margins. Yeah.
Thin margins or no margins.
Absolutely.
Or negative sometimes.
I see a lot of artists right now complaining and saying that live music venues are going to be a thing of the past here really soon, and I just don't think that's true. There's a lot of people out there that love live music and love to go and see new things and fresh stuff and cover bands and such. I don't think it's dying. I think the venues are just struggling because
COVID.
No, well, that kind of slowed it down. But I think what really it is all of the fees that venues have to pay for live music.
Gosh! Don't even get me
Those
started.
fees have increased over the years, 200%, and venues just can't afford that. And it's not that they don't think that you're not worth $100 an hour. It's not that they don't think that your band's not worth $2,500. Your award-winning band or whatever. It's not that they don't think that is. It's just that the budget doesn't allow for it as much as it used to. With all the fees that they got to pay. So I see a lot of venues switching over to original bands only.
Yes.
And I'm
Which is a good thing, by the way.
It's a great thing. That brings out people like me, that can do a 2-hour show of nothing but original music and give you everything that we got and have a good time. That opens up a lot of doors for opportunities for independent artists like me, who aren't a cover band, who do their own thing and do their own thing the majority of the time.
And I'll put my 2 cents in here too, as well, as a younger person, because I see the trajections. I see that younger people don't like to drink, they don't like to go out as much, and that's that problem too. Mm-hmm. So if you do see a local venue putting on local musicians that are doing their own original music, I'm asking you to get off the couch, be a little extrovert for a little bit, and go out and support some great. I mean, without these small venues, we wouldn't get the big artists of today.
Right.
And
all of those artists started at a little venue.
They did.
That's the thing. Is like, you look at Ella Langley. She's exploded. Mm-hmm. In 2010, 2011, she was just an Alabama girl with a guitar at the local chicken shack. Like there was nothing to it. Same with Zach Brown. Yep. Zach Brown started his whole career at a pizza place. He would go in there and say, "Hey man, I'll play for free." And he played for free for months until people started to come on Tuesdays because they knew he was there. Mm-hmm. And then he said, "I'm gonna charge a cover and I'll just take the cover." So it was a $5 cover at that point. But that's how we all get started in this business is by playing small venues for dirt pay, or drinks or food. But that's how we all get started. And when you start to climb up the ladder, I would say the musical ladder, you want to fill these places. You know, it's a small venue, and you want to fill those places, or even if it's a big venue, you want to fill it as best as you can. Venues kind of expect you to bring a bunch of people, you know, a lot of times, and a lot of times you can't do that because you're outside of your area, and,
Right.
and you know, your fans aren't going to travel 3 hours to come up to Penn State to see you play. Some might, but not all of them, you know. So it's really important that you, the viewer, the fan, the friend, the family, the whoever, to go out and you don't have to spend all your money on alcohol and food. You don't have to do that. You just to go out and make a presence, make it known that, hey, we like these people. You should, you know, that this is worth your time as a venue, and it's worth our time as a fan to come out, and it makes it worth my time as an artist to play there. You know, because a lot of times we take money cuts to play places because, you know, there's that exposure factor, but you kind of grow out of that as you get a little bit more up the musical ladder. You kind of grow out of that. I don't need the exposure. I got enough exposure. But then it's kind of funny. It kind of flips and you hit a wall. And then you're like, well, I need some exposure now.
I need some exposure now.
So what do I do? But yeah, I'm right there with you, Corey. Let it, you know, if you have an opportunity to go see somebody new, somebody fresh, you know, somebody young, somebody old, it doesn't really matter. If you have an opportunity to go see somebody new, go do it. Go do it. It's a benefit. It's a win-win for everybody.
And especially if you're like against the rise of technology, the AI, and all the other business that goes on, the best way you can prevent that, or at least protest against it, would be to go out and support live music. You're never going to get a better experience than you are live. Any concert goer will tell you that, obviously. Yeah. And then, you know, you spend $60, $100 on a concert when there's like literally multiple every day within your area that are free, or like $5, $10 that you can go and see a bunch of artists. It's time to show up and support your local artists. It's always been time. But and if you can't even go, one of the things you could do is at least share the show.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's so, this business has become such an online marketing business. It's no longer you go and staple flyers to the telephone poles.
No one goes to telephone poles.
That's illegal now. You know, you can't. That's graffiti. You can't do that. You can't do that anymore. You know, when I was growing up in the late '90s, there was thousands of staples in the telephone poles, and stickers on every newspaper mailbox in the city. You know, things that were going on. There was 4x6 cards, you know, postcards on the ground outside of venues for stuff that's going on, and people handing them out to you as you walk down the street. Like that doesn't happen anymore. Unless you're at the beach or in like Baltimore City or something. It just doesn't really happen. But that's this whole new way of marketing and doing things it kind of throws me back sometimes too. It takes a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort for minimum return. Typically, you know, you create an event, you do all these flyers, you do all these posts, you make all these things, and you know, a lot of people embellish and things like that. So it's not really what's going on, but it makes it really difficult for artists to who don't have a label, and who don't have a manager, who don't have a promoter, who don't have
endless resources.
A resource like that can do all of that stuff, and me just come and play music. It's really difficult. So, you know, I'm behind the scenes constantly creating to catch your eye, to get you to come to a show, you know, and it's a 50-50. It sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, you know, and it's really aggravating when you see artists that are arrogant and cocky, and who've played the same songs for 20 years, never change their set list, pack a place. Mm-hmm. How are you doing that? What is it that I'm missing? You know, should I stop asking and just, hey, they'll show up? You know, like you never know. But this digital marketing and advertising has become it's a full-time job on top of a full-time musician job. So it makes it difficult. But if you got a chance, somebody catches your eye, or you like their voice, or you like her voice, or you're a friend of the guitar player, and you ain't got nothing to do on a Thursday night, and they're at the local shit shack down there just playing some tunes, go check them out. Go
Yeah.
check them out. Get out, go check them out. And that makes everything that we do as an artist worth it.
Yes.
You know, when I see people out there, whether you've seen me before, whether you are singing my songs or you're just dancing or you're drinking, I can see you tapping your foot. I can see you having a good time. And that makes it all worth it to me to be up there on stage for you, because we're not there without you.
Yeah.
We can't be there without you. So if you like live music and you like real music, go see it. Put in some effort, like we're putting in the effort to be there. Y'all come
Two-way
out.
street there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, we've been talking about it all the show. Let's talk about Wildflower.
Wildflowers, yeah. That Wildflower, I tell you. Whiskey and Wildflowers is the name of our...
I meant Wild Like Me. I'm sorry.
Oh, Wild Like Me, the song, Wild Like Me.
Yeah, Wild Like Me.
I was going to tell you about my Wildflower. Wild Like Me is last year I was lucky enough that my now fiance can sing. And when I met her 3 years ago, it took a few months. I could hear her singing in the car to songs, and it didn't matter if we were out to eat, if we were in the car, if we were with her parents, if we were with a kid. It didn't matter where. If music came on, she moved, and she sung, and she was very into music. And I was like, we got to do something. So we put her in the band, got her on stage. She loved it, fell in love. Can't get her off the stage. Now she's part of the band. And but we didn't have a whole lot of songs for female. You know, I'm a songwriter and a musician, so I have a lot of original songs for me, but I didn't have a whole lot of songs. Didn't have a lot of songs for her. So we wanted to write something. I wanted to start writing some stuff, so that she would have opportunity, her moment, and her opportunity to be lead. Because it's with our band, you have a male lead and you have a female lead, so you get the best of both worlds in country music. There's nobody else around locally that has that.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
So you're really getting a good show. And when she came in, and I thought, let's sit down and write a song. It was a rainy day, bro. It was a rainy day. And I had the guitar, and we had the windows open. We was listening to the rain, and I just started picking a little pattern. And I was like, man, that really sounds cool. And then I said, let's write a song. And she's like, I've never written a song. I don't know what I'm doing. You just do your thing, and I'll watch you. You know. So we started playing, and I just started saying goofy stuff in the living room. I was like goofy stuff, and I was like, I brush my teeth in the morning. I was like, oh, that's good. You know. While that coffee is going, and it just kind of one thing led to another, and it was like we got to the end, we got to like the middle of the first verse, and it turned into, you know, they didn't have makeup on my face when I was younger, and I was like, this is a female song, right? Out of the gate, right? Out of the gate, this is a song for you, and I said, then give me some feedback, like what were you like in your childhood? You know, what was going on? What was the deal? And she was a little bit of a wild person, you know, a wild cat. She had some bad boyfriends and all kinds of things, you know, that happens to every woman out there, right? So I was like, well, let's play on that. And we wrote this song, Wild Like Me, to kind of inspire young women to know that it's okay to be yourself, and know that just because today is a bad day doesn't mean tomorrow is. You know, you're going to grow up. You're going to grow out of these fads. You're going to grow out of this fashion. You're going to grow out of this negative behavior, and you're going to get away from these people that are bringing you down. And it's okay to be a little wild too. You know, it's okay to run and experience things and learn a little bit about yourself and what you like, and learn how the world works, and, you know, get out of your comfort zone and go experience some things. You know, and then come back to home base and grow from there. That's all okay. And we wrote this song to give young women a sense of encouragement to be good and do your thing, and just know that you're going to turn out okay, even if you're just a little wild like me.
Let's take a listen.
the boondocks down by the water where the fish get fried. Don't mess with me, boy, 'cause I got places they never find. Backroad country's on the line.
Brush my teeth in the morning while the coffee's going. I wash my face and I see this woman staring back at me. I remember those good old days when makeup hardly touched my face. Whereas all the time gone, I sure was a wild one. I wouldn't change the woman I turned out to be. It's okay to be wild like me. Wild like me. Wild like me. Wild like me.
I was born in a small place where the gators run wild. I love my mama and my daddy. We got American pride. And if you mess with my lady, you go.
I've got no idea what's happening to my setup.
I don't know. We've got technical issues at the
We
moment.
don't have any technical issues.
You're hearing two different songs over there.
You're hearing two different songs all at the same time. It's always something, isn't it?
It's always something.
All right, I am. You talk about where you recorded it, and I will make sure we get it correct.
All right. So, yeah, we recorded Wild Like Me. We got lucky and got a chance to record at the Dukes of Hazzard Museum in Luray, Virginia, at Cooter's Garage there. I just happened to be going through there one day on a motorcycle. I was headed to North Carolina for vacation and just stopped in there because I like to stop in and get pics and stuff and check out Cooter's place. And I'm a huge Dukes of Hazzard fan, so I was in there one day and I was just happened to be talking to Robbie Meadows, the one of the guitarists in Ben Jones's band, who Ben Jones played Cooter on the show, and they play there every Sunday, and they have a little studio in there where you can pay $20 and you can sing the Dukes of Hazzard theme if you want, or
cool.
or you can record a song, stuff like that. And I got to talking with Robbie, and he was like, I'll tell you like I tell everybody, and we do the first one for free, and if you like us, you come on back, and if you don't, then no hard feelings. We had a good time, and I said, well, I might have to take you up on that, and I talked to the band, and they were all gung-ho and like, heck yeah, let's do it. And so I was able to schedule that and get into the studio towards the end of the year last year. And it was a great experience, a whole lot of fun. And I just can't believe that I cut a record at the Dukes of Hazzard Studios, man. It's in Hazard County Studios, Robbie Meadows Studios. Can't believe we cut a record there. And but I'm glad that we cut the one that we did. I'm glad that we cut Wild Like Me there. And gave everybody that real experience, that nostalgic experience for sure. And it was a whole lot of fun. We went just down and we cut it in one day, and then it took us 2.5 months to fill in the blanks and let the ice cream sink into all the little cracks. And once it did, though, the song turned out really, really well.
Well, I think I figured out our problem, and I think we got it right. So let's take a listen, finally,
Here we go.
to Wild Like Me.
Brush my teeth in the morning while the coffee's going. I wash my face and I see this woman staring back at me. I remember those days when makeup hardly touched my face. Whereas all the time gone, I sure was a wild one. I wouldn't change the woman I turned out to be. It's okay to be wild like me. 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 Always seem to choose the wrong kind of guy. But now that I'm older and wiser, I'm not so shy. I'm crazy and beautiful, it's easy to see. It's okay to be wild and free. And wild like me. Wild like me. I'm proud of the woman that I turned out to be. It's okay, girls, to be wild like me. 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 Wild like me.
Woohoo!
That was the right one. Figured out here.
That's it. Now you can be wild.
Now you. Well, we had that other one that was playing On the Line, and that's got a nice little story back to it too. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, On the Line, man. That was I wrote that song a few years ago, and I didn't have anything really that kind of explained like who I am or where I come from, where I grew up or anything like that. And I grew up in the South in Central Florida, and my parents are now retired, and my daddy lives in Southeast Alabama, and my mama lives in Southwest Georgia. So the line goes right between the two of them.
Yep.
They're about 2.5 hours apart. And I thought that's a great title for a song, On the Line, number one. And then I thought, well, let's tell a story about who I am and where I come from. And, the first line out of the song is it couldn't be any more true. I was born in the swampland where the gators run wild. And in Central Florida, when I was born in the 70s, it was nothing but orange groves and gators. And
I miss eating gator.
oh, I do too. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Really good. And so that's really a true song to kind of give you an idea about where I came from and the kind of things that we do down there on the line. And we're outlaw country folk down there. We don't take no crap from nobody. And
So say every time you see a state in the
Yeah.
headlines, it's
Yeah.
always Florida man doing
Yeah.
something.
you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful down there around them rednecks, I tell you. But it's a good time. It's a good song, and it's a good song that'll give you an idea about where I come from. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate to it too, because there's plenty of outlaws out there that don't take no crap, and especially when you're messing with the back road country, you don't you just do things your own way, and
Yeah, I was gonna say whenever after this song, I've got a nice little fun story to tell. That's very much about being on the line.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's hear On the Line.
my daddy, we got American pride. And if you mess with my lady, you're gonna get hog-tied. Out in the boondocks, down by the water, where the fish get fried. Don't mess with me, boy, 'cause I got places they never find. Back road country's on the line. Down here we like to party on a Saturday night. We got a place called the Sandbar when the water's just right. And if you bring a cooler with you, well, you can stay all night. Out in the water, kissing in the moonlight with the bright eyes shine. Better hold on tight, boy. It's gonna be a hell of a ride. Back road country's on the line. Way back in the orange groves, where the rattlesnakes bite. Now you can find me in the treehouse, making love all night. So don't you come knocking if you know what's right. I done told you once, will tell you twice, before I dot your ride. Don't mess with me, boy, 'cause I got places they never find. Back road country's on the line.
And that was On the Line.
On
Now,
the
here's
line.
my story about living on the line. I grew up in a small town called Delmar, Delaware,
Mhm.
/ Maryland, because it's on the line of Delaware and Maryland, hence why it's called Delmar. And every year, I really should write a song about this, but every year, it's literally one city on the line. Main Street is state line.
State line.
And I grew up going to Delmar Elementary on the Maryland side and Delmar High School on the Delaware side. Really interesting
Yeah.
school district and whatever. But every year on Delmar Heritage Day, you would get the whole entire town together, and they would put a tug of war rope on state line,
Ah,
and the town of Delmar, Delaware, and Delmar, Maryland would fight it out,
nice.
see who's the best.
Okay. Yeah.
So on the line, two different ways there.
That's right. That's right. You better hold on tight.
Better hold on tight.
Better hold on
That's right.
tight. That's cool. I think a lot of people can relate to that song. You know, there's a lot of people that live in the backwoods and you know, on the back road country, and might even have a treehouse in their backyard still. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things in that song that are things that I had personally, and you know, it's a story song about me and where I grew up. But I wasn't the only one that grew up there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I wasn't the only one that grew up on the line in the back roads of the country. You know, that had a swimming hole that they would go to, you know, when they wanted to. You know, whether they had a levee to hang out or sandbar to hang out on, that's another question. But there's so much things in that song that I think people really relate to, and it's got a really killer beat that
I do like the beat.
yeah, it's got a really cool little lick in there, and we just had a great time with that song, so I hope people will enjoy it. You know.
No, I've listened to it obviously before, and I have related to it in that aspect. I really do feel like rural America is almost the same everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just about.
Yeah.
Just good people, wild times.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
The
down
occasional
home,
crazy person.
down home, under the radar. You know, take the red dirt road, and nobody knows where you're at.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of the events that you've had over the past year. You first up would be the Fall Fest, which me and my dad actually attended to, and my now wife. We got to see you perform there, and how you proposed there.
I did. I broke some records at on that show.
Talk about it.
So we got lucky. This last year was the third year we auditioned or tried out for the Showdown in the Park. And we got into the Showdown again last year, and we won the Showdown to open Fall Fest. So it was a completely incredible opportunity that we never thought we would ever get. Right? You never think that's ever going to happen. And then we take the stage. We were supposed to start at 11:30, and we got pushed back 25 minutes, and we weren't sure if we were going to have to cut a couple of songs actually because they had to push us back because we were waiting for Dylan Scott to arrive. So we were waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally he got there, and they pushed us back 20 minutes. We were still able to start before noon, and we didn't have to cut a song. But what that did for us was that allowed 2,000 more people to come into the venue.
Right.
So everybody that was going to be there for the day was there because at that point Meg and Patrick was supposed to start at noon. So they were there, you know.
Yep.
They were there to see us. They were there to see who they were there to see. You know, I watched the whole crowd the whole day. As they come in, they'd see their people, the person that they wanted to see, and then they would leave. But at that point, at the very beginning of the day, there was 17,000 people there. Easily at 11:30 in the morning. And by that extra 20 minutes, that gave us another 2,000 people to play to. And it was absolutely amazing. I said to Rich Krieger, the radio DJ from WIOV, I said to him as we were walking down to the stage to take the stage, I said, "Hey man, has anybody ever proposed on this stage?" You know? And he's like, "Why, you thinking about proposing?" He's like, I wouldn't let her get away. And I said, "Yeah, I ain't gonna let her get away." I said, "But has anybody ever done it?" And he said, "Well, no, the one person who worked for the radio station 25 years ago proposed, and they're still married. But no artist had ever done it.
Okay.
No artist had ever done it that had come on the stage to play. No artist had ever done it. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do that, you know." And then I asked him, I said, has any artist, have they ever given a guitar away in the crowd?
No one's ever done that?
And nobody had ever done that either.
No, that's insane to think about.
Nobody had ever done that either. So I said, all right, well, I'm going to do that.
Do that too.
I'm going to do that too. So I got lucky. I've got great friends down at the Guitar Spot USA down in Red Lion, Chad and Brenner and all of them down there. They're great guys, and the shop's awesome, and they have so many guitars. I just reached out and I said, "Hey, Chad, you know, I'm looking to do this thing here at this event, and I'd love to give a guitar away." And they had already sponsored me with a guitar a year prior for a hurricane relief benefit that I put on. That all the bands that I had play that day, we all autographed it, and then we auctioned it off and raised money for the hurricane relief in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. When all that happened, and so they had already done it once, and I thought, well, maybe they'll do it again, you know. And I just reached out and there wasn't even a blink of an eye. It was absolutely just go pick one up. And I went in, and Brenner handed me the guitar, and it was a nice little Gretsch guitar, and I took it up and I gave it away to this little girl on the out there. We did our whole show, right?
Yep.
We did our whole show, and before the very last song, it wasn't part of our rehearsals or nothing, but before the very last song, I had to say, okay, you know, I had my ring in my pocket, and I had to do my thing real quick, because if I took too long, I wouldn't have got it all out, right?
Exactly,
so
right, yep.
I just was like, I don't need the rest of my life to know that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And that was the first thing that I said. And when I reached in my pocket, you could literally feel, I've never experienced anything like this before, but I really want to experience it again. But you could literally feel 17,000 people suck the air out of the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
It was,
Yep. I knew exactly what was happening.
It
I
was
so
immediate.
happy. Yeah.
And then she didn't kick me off the stage, and they uproared, you know, and blew the air right back at us, and about blew us off the stage with the uproar of claps and applause and cheers. So that was really that was cool. An experience that I was never expecting. But it truly is. You really do feed off the energy of the crowd, and when they sucked the air out of the atmosphere, and we did that. That that was like bucket list, right? That was the greatest. There's one thing to open for that many people, to open for all those big national headliners, but for the whole crowd to just react in that way was just amazing. And you know, we could see people out there singing our songs. We could see them singing "Wild Like Me" and "Bringing Country Back" and "Me Time." We could see those fans that were out there, that were up close, that were there for us. And then at the end of that song, as we were finishing up that song, I jumped off the stage, which I don't think security really expected. It was a little. They were like, "Oh, where's he going?" And I jumped off stage with that guitar and walked back and forth down the aisles. I really took a moment to find somebody, you know. I was really letting God lead the way, and I had turned around and was walking back towards the stage, and God just said, "Hey, turn around." And I turned around and I saw this little girl in yellow that her eyes were just bright as could be, and I thought, that's the girl, that's the one. And I walked over and handed over the rail, and I said, "Give this to the girl in yellow." And then we all went about our ways, and after the fact. And then I here to come to find out, the little girl didn't get the guitar. Her best friend was there with her, and she thought that I had given it to her. So her mom, the little girl who I really wanted to give it to, her mom was like, "Listen, you know, we're followers of Jesus, and it's just the right thing to do. It's okay to let her have it, and you know, it'll come back to you, and we can pray about it, and you know, it's okay, you know." And when I heard that story, I thought, man, I got to find this girl. You know, I got to find this girl. She's got great parents. She's got a great inspiration. I got to find her and get her a guitar, because it was supposed to be hers, you know.
Right, yeah.
So I put out a message, and I said, "Listen, if anybody knows who this person is, if anybody knows who that little girl is," because there was one little photo of them in a cluster, and I said, "I need to find her, because I have a guitar from my personal collection, a guitar that I wrote most of these songs that are out on, that I've had for a few years, and it's been my stage guitar for quite a while as well." And I said, "I want to give her one of my personal guitars, because that was just an incredible story, you know, that she took it on the chin, man, and like a champ, and was like, okay, I'll, you know, dry my tears up and going about my day. She's still my friend at the end of the day, you know what I mean?" And that was just that's a great inspiring story for kids these days. And I thought she's got to have one, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So I ended up meeting them at Guitar Spot, and you know, a couple of months later, it come around where her mom had liked something on a post that I had said, or something that I'd said, and I was like, "Who is this?" And I, you know, Facebook stalked her for a second, and then I saw the little girl, and I was like, "You're her mom. That's her. You're her mom. So we need to get together." And I was able to get a guitar to her, so that her and her best friend can have a guitar, and they can learn, and they can grow together. And, you know, who knows? She could be the next Taylor Swift before it's all over.
Yeah, you
man.
never know.
You never know. So it was really important to me to be able to do that. But yeah, we broke some records. We broke some records on the national stage with the radio station that I just couldn't believe that nobody had ever done it before.
That really seems silly. The proposal one I can get, but the guitar, country artists, that's like giving a guitar is like a requirement.
It's pretty, it's probably like black and white, right? Like
that's what you do.
That's what you do most of the times. But it just hit me. I thought. We may never get this opportunity again.
Right. Yep.
Why not take advantage of every moment I can? Any of those nationals, any of those big celebrity stars, celebrity musicians, you know, Carrie Underwood's, Luke Bryan's, all those big ones will tell you, if you've got 15 minutes,
use it. Don't
waste a second.
Absolutely.
So that was the whole thing. I was not going to waste a second. I was going to make it as big of an impression as I could. I wanted everybody to know that she was mine, and she's coming home with me, and I wanted the crowd to really feel what I felt. You know, I wanted them to really feel the excitement and the encouragement and the love that I felt. And by doing those things, I think I reciprocated that to the audience, as well as, you know, putting on a kick-ass show for 15, 20 minutes. And you know, if that was our 15 minutes of fame, thank you, Jesus.
It was a really good 15 minutes.
It was a good 15 minutes. And
my dad liked it. He doesn't like a lot of people.
That's good to know. Hopefully we'll get to do it again. You know, we can go back and reapply for the Showdown as Whiskey and Wildflowers. It's a different band. But we might take a couple years and get a few more songs for her written in that aspect, so that it's a little bit more her and not so much me kind of thing. And we have some friends that are wanting to do it too, so I don't want to compete against them,
Yeah.
Let somebody else do it. We had our shot. That was it. We took it and we ran with it, and we're still running with it. It's brought on some great opportunities. We were just on the radio again on WILV back in March before the Central PA Hall of Fame Awards.
Which you guys won.
Which we won, yeah.
Talk about that real quick, and then we got to wrap it up.
Oh, man. We won Best Country Band 2025 in the Central PA Music Hall of Fame Awards. We are now an alumni in the Hall of Fame of Central Pennsylvania. It couldn't. I don't even know what to say. Like, I was not expecting to win. You don't ever expect to win when you go into an award show. You want to, but I don't play music for the awards. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it was like,
that's not the point. But yeah,
it's not the point.
It's still great though.
It's still great. It's great to have acknowledgement, and it's great to have some respect, and people kind of understand what you're doing, and it's nice to have the promotion and the award, and but at the end of the day. I'd love a closet full of them, I'd love a whole cabinet full of them, but I'm just here to play great music, and getting into the Central PA Awards for the last couple of years and going to them and just having a good time marketing and networking and having a few drinks with friends that I haven't seen,
that you never ever get
that
to
I
see,
never ever get to see because we're always working,
doing a thing,
doing a thing. Like, that's really what it was all about for me. And then on top of that, we got to win Best Country Band, and we got noticed for the things that we did do, and kind of justifies all of the sacrifice that we all had to go through to get to that point and to get to that play level to where we're noticed and even be recognized. It was just another bucket list, an unexpected thing that I'm still don't know what happened.
I remember you came on the show the first time when we were at LBC, and you were gunning for Best New Country Artist, or Best New Artist, I think it was, Best New Band.
Yeah, we're just one, something.
And now here you are.
Here we are. Best
Where can
Country
people
Band.
find you at?
It's really easy.
It is really easy.
It's really easy. I couldn't make it any easier. We're the only Clifton Bryan country in the world. You Google Clifton Bryan, most likely country's going to pop up behind it, and we're at the top search. So you pretty much just have to put my name in there, CliftonBryan, and you will find us. But CliftonBryanCountry.com is the easiest way. It's got all our information on there. It shows you what we got, what we can offer you between solo, duo, and full band shows. It's got all of our gigs on it for the whole year. I put them in there between the duo, Whiskey and Wildflowers, and the band down at the bottom of the page. Has our merch on there. You can buy some T-shirts off of there.
Get your Mad Love merch.
You get that Mad Love merch. Yeah, that Clifton Bryan 1977 Made in America merch. You can get it. It's all on there for you. You can come to our shows. We've got more merch that's for the shows that's not on there, between coasters and stickers and hats and drumsticks and all that good stuff. And I'm a leather tooling working guy too, so I tool a whole bunch of leather and stuff like that. So if other artists out there want a guitar strap or want some leather to face their guitar like I've done on mine, just let me know. That's what I'm here for. But we're just having a heck of a time, man. Last year was our biggest year. This year we're on a nationwide tour, bro.
It's looking to be bigger.
We're going across the nation. We're now in 4 years of grinding. We're now a national touring award-winning band.
There you go.
And if it's God's plan for us to be on your radio 24/7, that's where we'll be. So be it. If it's God's plan to be right where we are right now, enjoying our life, playing music, great music for y'all, wonderful folks out there in the world, then that's where we are. Like I literally, and I said this in our interview in LBC, I literally let God pave the way.
And that's how it should be.
I literally do that. He puts opportunities on me. He turns the light on, and all I do is keep my eye out for the light.
With all that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. My name is Corey. This is The Story with Corey. I've got my own projects and everything else going on at Corey Rosen Productions. That's CoryRosen ROSEN Productions. We have some really cool stuff. Speaking about productions and God, we have a audio drama coming out. It is this book called The Night of Idash, which is very much kind of like Narnia, Chronicles of Narnia, Lord of the Rings, Christ-centered storytelling. It's an original idea, and we were talking about this earlier. Original stuff needs to be brought to the light.
Yeah.
Way more than ever. We are starting our campaign to fund. We have voice actors, some of them that you would probably know, like Dan Griffin and John Milasich from Featherburn.
Mm-hmm.
Some great actors are a part of this project. We're asking for $5,000 to get this off of the going. You can check that out all on my social media page, Corey Rosen. It would make me really happy.
And I think between all the followers that you have for the story, for you personally, for all the followers that Dan Griffin has, for all the followers that John has,
I think
all of those followers, if all of y'all just put in $1, I think you can make that happen.
Absolutely, and we're just asking for $1. We have some really cool rewards too. We have a plushie of the dragon that's in it.
Nice.
We have bookmarks, books, and all these wonderful things. So if listening to books, if reading books isn't your thing, at least you can listen to this one.
Yeah.
And you can check us out. I will have a link to that on the Story Podcast or page as well. With all that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys later.
God bless. Mad love.